Imagine absolute silence, the endless frozen expanse of Antarctica, nothing but the wind. And there, at an altitude of 37 kilometers, hanging at the very edge of space, is a giant scientific balloon. Its mission is to listen, to catch the rarest, highest energy particles from deep space. This is the ultimate comfort zone for physicists. They know where the signal will come from, above.
That's why they're there, Arthur. It's logical. The ice below them is the most perfect shield imaginable. Over 1 million cubic kilometers of frozen water, ready to absorb any stray radiation from the Earth. They built the quietest room in the world to hear the universe whisper.
Now imagine that in that perfect quiet, they are deafened by a scream. And it isn't coming from the sky, it's coming from the basement. In 2014 and again in 2016, the ANITA experiment, the Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna, recorded exactly that. 2 signals. They didn't fall from space. They rose up out of the ice sheet at a steep 30-degree angle.
And that is the core of the anomaly. The signal had all the hallmarks of a cosmic ray event, but it came from an impossible direction. To reach the ANITA detector from below, its source would have had to travel through nearly 6,000 kilometers of solid rock. Any known particle with that kind of energy would have been absorbed, guaranteed. It's a physical impossibility. Let's be methodical before we jump to conclusions. The signal ANITA saw is a specific phenomenon known as the Ascarian effect. A high-energy neutrino strikes an atom in the ice, creating a shower of secondary particles, which in turn produces a coherent radio pulse. We know what it looks like, we know its signature, and these signals were a perfect match.
A perfect match that shouldn't exist. It's not just unlikely, Evelyn. The probability of a standard neutrino with an energy of 10 to the 18th electron volts making that journey is less than 1 in a million. ANITA saw it happen twice. This breaks physics. It puts us in a deeply unfamiliar place, forcing us to ask, is it our instruments that are broken or our understanding of reality?
The scientific method demands we question the instruments first, then reality. The team considered every conventional explanation. Their first suspect was the tau neutrino, a fascinating particle that could theoretically shapeshift just before exiting the Earth's crust to create the signal. But the statistics just weren't there. It was far too improbable to account for 2 separate events.
So they moved on to more exotic ideas.
Exactly. They considered sterile neutrinos, hypothetical ghost particles that barely interact with matter. It was an elegant theory, but extensive searches by the IceCube Neutrino Observatory and experiments at Fermilab came up empty. And that's when the desperation truly set in. Theories appeared in physics journals about a CPT symmetric universe, the idea that ANITA had seen a particle from a parallel reality where time itself flows backward.
A beautiful story.
A beautiful story that was shattered by the final, decisive test. The Pier Auger Observatory in Argentina, the largest cosmic ray detector on the planet, searched its 15-year archive for similar events. If ANITA's signals were cosmic in origin, Auger should have seen dozens. It saw nothing. Statistically, it was a brutal, definitive refutation. Space was not the source.
And this is where the true horror begins, Evelyn. Everyone was looking up, searching for an answer in space, in parallel universes, in exotic particles. But what if they were looking in the wrong direction the entire time?
What do you mean?
Auger and IceCube did not disprove the signal itself. They only proved where it didn't come from. They proved it wasn't cosmic. They created a perfect vacuum of explanation.
Then where did it come from?
From here. What if ANITA, an instrument designed to listen for whispers from above, accidentally picked up a shout from below? What if the source isn't in a distant galaxy, but deep beneath the Antarctic ice? We were searching for a ghostly echo from the cosmos, and instead we found a voice from the very heart of our own planet.
That changes everything, but it's pure speculation. A geological or energy source of that magnitude would leave other traces: seismic activity, thermal anomalies, gravitational distortions. There's nothing.
Or it doesn't leave traces we know how to look for. This feels too familiar. It reminds me of an old case from the Contour archives, Operation Cold Reaper. We were sent to a weather station in Wyoming that had gone silent. No signs of a struggle, no anomalous readings, but every metallic object was coated in a frost that wouldn't melt. The personnel, they were at their stations, but their bodies were colder than the surrounding air. The anomaly was absorbing thermal energy directly, leaving no other trace. It was a perfect predator, a signal without noise.
You're connecting an unverified field report to a global physics anomaly, Arthur?
I'm connecting two events that don't fit our view of the world. What if, deep beneath the Antarctic ice, there is something that doesn't obey the known laws of interaction, something that can release pure, focused energy without any collateral mess? And that leads to the most important question of all. Is it doing this by accident, or is it doing it on purpose?
On purpose? Arthur, that's not physics.
That's the thought no one wants to entertain. As long as the source was in space, it was an abstract threat, an interesting puzzle. But if it's here, beneath our feet, it's no longer a puzzle, it's a neighbor. An unknown, unseen, and impossibly powerful neighbor living in the basement of our own home who occasionally decides to bang on the floorboards. We have no idea who it is, what it wants, or why it's decided to speak right now.
And we're not just listening anymore. We're building bigger ears. The $20 million Pueo project, the next generation of ANITA, will have 10 times the sensitivity. Ground-based arrays like ARA and RNOG are drilling directly into the ice. We are desperately trying to hear the whisper, not considering what we might awaken.
Now you know the story. And that knowledge, like any strange signal, leaves a mark. Perhaps you felt that chill. We have always looked to the stars for answers, never imagining that the greatest mystery of all might be hiding right under our feet.
Or perhaps you saw the simple explanation we missed. Our archive is not just about facts, it's about the collision of facts with logic. Share your thoughts below. We read everything.
To ensure you don't miss the next signal from the darkness, stay on this frequency. Subscribe. Transmission ends.